to go the back way, down the back road. Olive. We need to kill the leader of the Drow.
She gulps and she says, "Oh, I'll follow."
Okay. Is the bar on the way from where I am here? Is the
No.
bar that I visited on the way towards the back streets?
The back of like the top end of Embla is still more or less intact. There's a few fires here and there, but obviously the trebuchets can't reach this far back.
And is that where the bar was we were drinking in?
And she kind of tugs on your arm and points up, and you look up and you just see that it looks like the ceiling is moving.
How far above my head is the ceiling?
Oh, it's a while off.
Is it over? Is it more than a mile up?
It's not. No, it's not more than a mile up.
Okay,
but
so what can I see? I've got vision of the eagle, so I can see things that are a mile away as though they were 100 foot in front of me.
Okay, you can see thousands upon thousands of spiders, large ones, small ones. In fact, a few of them, as you look up, just kind of fall on your face. You know, like when you get spiders and you brush them off.
Burn it up.
I'm gonna say to her, I think we better get out of here.
She says, "My things," and she points at the blue crystal as the blue crystal with a big groan just crashes to the buildings below us. Whatever screams were coming from that direction are silenced.
I'm gonna look at her and go, "You really want to go in there?"
She says, I really need that. Okay, let's go. And she like, as in, go, let's leave.
Okay. I'll head towards the back gate with her.
It's now begins to rain spiders. What's everybody else doing?
Oh, hoofed it towards the where it says the Cum Monster graffiti.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pegging it.
Yeah, we grabbed a few provisions on the way from a shop that's already been looted, but there were a few things left.
Yeah. Maybe punched a looter just for fun.
Blaze is running
someone
dramatically so you can see his cape flowing in the air.
An elf and his child are running past. It's quite a young child, and it's quite rare to see elven children anyway. He sees you and he sees your pack of food, and with an apologetic look, he just runs and grabs for it. Can I have a dexterity saving throw?
From
Gida, who's packing the food.
Push him off.
She's got the sandwiches.
Push him in shit.
Yeah, is there any shit around?
Mage hand.
I didn't take it. I so wanted to and didn't take it. Dexterity saving. Attributes. Oh yes. Saving throw. Sorry guys. Oh no, it's okay. I think.
You slap his hand away.
Yeah, I'll just chuck him a chocolate bar and bit or whatever, like a little trail snack, and be like, "That's all I can spare. Get away."
Fungberries bar.
As Estelle's running past, though, he'll cast Good Brie and give them his 10 Good Bries or 5 Good Bries.
He grasps him in his hands and he says, "Thank you," and he looks very disappointed. And he says,
gives him the 10 and goes, and just gives him 10 because he can't help feeding people.
He says, I'm sorry. And
for the children.
He puts it away in his pack. And he runs for the front.
Not that way.
No.
I'm screaming him. Go.
And as you scream, "Not that way!" You're halfway through "Not that way" as just a huge ball of fire lands roughly where he is, and all you can see is just flames.
Oh shit! That was
not the
good
children.
News.
Not the good berries. No.
Saying he's dead. All you can see is like a flame. I didn't say it landed on him. Just in the general area.
I'll just turn and go, "We have to keep going," and keep running.
Estelle's going to shout out, "We need to go past Durlam's place," but I think we've probably gone past that by now.
I've just noticed all the spiders.
Ooh! Oh, I hate that. I
Yeah.
hate that. It's foul. Oh, yuck! They don't look like spiders. They look like crabs. Ugh! Stop that, Peter.
Oh,
Oh, that's terrible. Oh God, that's worse than the goddamn Chucky toy that you had in Stroud. Ugh!
That's a cool little animation, though.
Cool, isn't it?
It is
Yeah.
cool. I'd rather it not be
Creepy.
spiders.
Uh,
Do we start to see spiders fill the streets?
yeah, there's spiders and fire everywhere.
Oh, what great dreams
The
I'll
only thing
have
that's
tonight.
the only thing that's not on fire is the gash, because it's already burnt
That's
out.
already. I was going to say.
As we run past the gash, Astro will look at it longingly, go, "Oh, goodbye, my beautiful," and then run away.
Goodbye, my friend.
The gash has already got some canister.
Bye, my lover.
No longer on fire.
What's not on fire?
The gash, it's got its canister duo from last time, so it's
Oh,
chilled out of that.
You've
Shut
burnt the
up.
gash and now you've covered it in spiders, Peter. How do you feel?
well, I'm fine. Are you heading out the back?
Yeah.
We are
Yeah.
heading out the back.
All right. The gates are already open, and all that greets you ahead is. I'm gonna put it in the DnD Discord. Hopefully, if it doesn't block me.
Just seen that, Chris.
Uploading. There we go.
Oh,
Is more darkness, more mushrooms.
no. Spiders. That's the way to go.
Have we got? Everyone has grog caught
We're just
up.
waiting on Grog, aren't we?
I mean, Grog catches up. You have this little exchange with the elf fella, and through the fire and the flames,
We will carry on.
jumps Grog and his new girlfriend, hand
What's her
in
name?
hand. Nithy.
What's that? Don't know. Ew.
What?
Just saw the gift Dylan put up.
Oh God. Oh God.
That's
Brilliant.
I love that. I love that panic right at the end.
Which gif are you looking at?
In general, Dylan's just put one in.
Oh, I
Don't
don't
know. It's actually really bad.
Oh, I hate that. Oh, yuck. Oh,
Oh, spider bag.
spider bag.
Spider bag. Spider bag.
No, I
Thanks.
don't like that.
Thanks for that.
Ugh, ugh. Right, ignoring the. Oh, that's made
Before
me feel.
we make our next steps, can we take a quick pee break?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, please.
Yes. Ugh, get the shivers
back.
out me because ugh, spiders. I have a horror story for anyone who wants to listen about spiders. So
Go
when I
on.
was a kid, so you know how we get these big brown spiders that like to come out in the autumn and the winter because they're like, oh, it's cold now, come live with you, and you're like, fuck off. So when I was a kid, I was much more terrified of spiders than I am now, just because they were fucking everywhere in New Zealand. And once we moved my bed frame and smushed up, I don't know how it had happened, smushed up against my bed frame, right near where my pillow was the biggest spider I'd ever fucking seen. Like, I was about 8 and it was bigger than my hand. Like just how it had smushed against the wall. And I can still remember it, and I was like, I was sleeping next to a smushed spider for months.
Jesus.
And months.
No. I had one from this year. I were eating. We were actually just after Easter. We took an Easter egg to bed to watch a film, as you do.
Of course.
So we're eating this Easter egg in bed, like 3 of us, watching a film.
3 of you, what?
Me, Erin, and Nick.
Oh,
And they both went to the toilet. And I'm like, oh, bloody hell. Someone's dropped a big chunk of Easter egg here. Like, melted chocolate to the bed, so I picked it up and I'm like, rubbing it in my hands. It's like, ugh. What's this? a huge spider that was dead and all sticky in my
Oh.
fingers.
Oh,
And
you've
it just
told
been-
me this before. I was just thinking about. Didn't somebody tell me how they picked out a spider out of bed?
Yeah. This massive spider that was just like squished. I thought it was chocolate because it was so dark. I'm just like wiping it between my fingers, thinking, oh, I'm just about to like wipe it on a bit of tissue or something. I thought it's a bit cold to be to be chocolate. This doesn't.
Ugh.
You know the feeling of chocolate because it like conducts heat a bit more than a dead spider.
Were you like, this chocolate seems to conduct heat like a spider. Ah!
Isn't it lucky you didn't try and eat the little bit of
I know.
chocolate that you found on the
Just like,
bed?
yum.
I think I would have done, you know.
Crunchy.
Give it another 10 seconds and that would have been in my mouth.
Oh,
Is it like 8 spiders on average in your lifetime you'll swallow when you're asleep?
that's
Please don't.
bollocks.
I'm sure it is. Hang on.
It's a lot more than that.
That's real Southern Hemisphere problems I put in that gif.
How his foot goes into the bowl.
Oh,
Like to see the rest of that video. I bet he falls over and the spider gets him.
to be honest, it looks like a huntsman, so they're not poisonous or anything. They're just big bastards.
That is horrible. Can we get rid of this? Can we get? I'm going to change my scene.
No, go into the D&D chat, Sarah, and you'll see much more. If you scroll up, you'll see worse gifs.
I saw the general ones. Yeah, I don't need to see more. No.
Sweet dreams.
No, thank you. I'm just gonna be in the house.
There you go. I'll put you all on the main.
What a
Page.
kind of magic missile.
Okay, you flee what's left of Embla, and you are heading north.
How much time has passed?
I mean, if that's what you want to do, then if you want to walk for a while.
Oh god, it feels like forever.
What? I mean, as in, so since we woke up this morning, have we had a full day? Are we getting tired? Or. Because I'm not healthy. I don't know if anyone else is.
I mean,
think
you.
I'd be up for a good rest. A little short rest, even.
I'd be up for a long rest.
Don't we have... Was it this campaign? Do we have a hut?
Yes,
Yes.
A what?
I have Verdant Sanctuary. Sanctuary.
I've got a rope trick that actually might work as well.
Well.
I'm gonna make a city out of rope.
Because the verdant one takes time, doesn't it?
I've put it in chat, in the Foundry chat. So I will pull out the. Are we all in agreement that we're going to take a little break?
Yeah.
So I pull out the Verdant Sanctuary and I shake it like a snow globe, and I pop it on the ground. And I suppose for the underdwellers, this will be a brand new sight, as from the sanctuary, an oasis pops out.
Like with trees and stuff.
Yeah, with palm trees specifically. Like we're in Torquay.
Doesn't protect us though, does it? It just gives us. Am I reading that wrong?
Over a period of 10 minutes, an oasis will magically sprout up from around the sphere, including the shaded spot to camp in. Enough clean drinking water to sate 8 people for 24 hours, and a date palm tree containing enough fruit to feed 8 people for 24 hours. This oasis alters the area around, making it comfortable, dry, thick with covering foliage. Additionally, the area is shielded from harsh weather. Doesn't say. I mean, you can all
Saving that one.
take a short
That's
rest
what I'm
if you want. It's too early for a long rest, but you can take a short rest. You can
Yeah.
have two.
Well-
You can have 2 a day.
While we're taking a short rest, I've got one pair of spider boots, haven't I?
Yeah.
Can I try and fettle them to make them like sandals for Grog? Like rip the seams open and do like put some bits of leather straps or something over them and use is that just one spell that I've got for that?
The cobbler spell.
No, it's a fabricate spell. I might leave that for now. Yeah, I'll just try my best to do to make him some pots. Yeah, like make him some slippers out of these spider boots.
You could use your channel divinity Artisan's Blessing.
Oh, have I got that?
You can.
Oh, I
It
thought I
says
read something
non-magical.
somewhere.
You can use your channel divinity to conduct an hour-long ritual that crafts a non-magical item that must include some metal or a simple or martial weapon, suit of armor, 10 pieces of ammunition. That's mainly for metal, isn't it? I mean, you're.
Yeah.
Have you not got a mending?
Oh yeah, I have got a mending spell, a cantrip.
You do have mending.
So
You can use.
Yeah, can I use mending to? Would that
I'll
work
give
for
you
that?
the
But it
bottom
says
of my
return it.
shoes. Yeah, I'll give you the bottom of my shoes, and you could mend the spider slippers splayed out onto the underside of my boots. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Let's do that. Let's mend them together. So I'll cast the cantrip mending, and like you just see it magically weaving together and making Grog spider boots
Okay.
or spider sandals, whatever it is that you've got on. Flip
I've
flops.
got big boots, big fair line boots.
Okay.
I'll gingerly go. What? Because I don't know what they are. If you've just asked me to stick my feet out, and I have for you while we're in the Oasis, I'd be like,
Give you a little pedicure while I'm there. Like, gotta look after your feet, Grog.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll. The climbing walls, aren't they? Spider shoes, yeah.
Yep.
Peter.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll just explain to Grog what they can be used for, and they're a magical item, and that you can use them for climbing up stuff.
Okay, where did she tell us? I'm going to gingerly take a step towards the inside of the shack on the Oasis, and stick my foot against the wall, and then another foot.
You begin walking up the cavern, the side of the cavern.
There's just going to be a slight grin out of the side of Grog's mouth, and he's going to look down at Gita, and he's just going to go, "Thank you. This opens up a whole new world of abilities for how I can kill things."
On the word "thank you," you notice that it carries and echoes all around this cavern that you're in.
Even though I'm inside the hut. Peter.
Sorry.
What?
Okay.
What the hell
even
is
though even though we're inside the house.
Even though you're inside what?
Oh wait, there's not a house in the sanctuary, is there? Hang on.
You're walking up the side of a cavern.
No, never mind. No, I'm gonna walk up the palm tree.
Make sure there's a kitchen. You know you can have a housewarming party for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I will. I'm just showing it with me farting. Listen.
You can't just
open
fart
me.
again and expect us not to think you farted first time.
It wasn't me. It was the fridge door.
Yeah.
My shoes were squeaking.
Oh.
And another squeaky on my chair as well. Oh god. Anyway, go on. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah,
Okay.
Me saying thank you echoes around the cavern. Did you say, Peter?
Say again?
Me saying thank you echoes around the cavern.
Yeah. You're reminded that you're back in the Underdark proper, and your voice carries. I mean, it's quite noisy out here as it is, with all the other noises carrying throughout.
Okie dokie, Dr. Jones.
Okay, you are in the Verdant Sanctuary. What would you like to do?
Taking a short rest.
Andrew will keep an eye out because she's didn't actually suffer any repercussions from that fight.
Really?
I had nothing. I was not the main target.
We're short resting, long resting, it's short rest.
Short rest.
Short rest. Can you only roll 1 dice when you do a short rest?
No, you can roll as many as you have. You can keep rolling. Keep rolling. But when you come to your next short rest, that's still how many hit dice you've got. So if you used all of them, you have none left.
And then when you get to long rest, you get your hit dice back.
Not all of them. You get some of them back.
Okay.
Oops.
Yeah, oops.
I know that. Estelle's going to look at the rest of the party and go, so, well now, that's my city gone. Looking a bit like crestfallen and lost.
We need to head to Gracklestone. We need to find, and she'll pull out the stone-tooth dagger given to her by Torin. That we need to find a friend of Torin's.
Estelle's going to be like, that's a long way. And we're on the road to Holoth.
That's a question, Peter. Is there a way we can? Is Gracklestone on Grackleforge on the way to Holoth, or?
No.
I mean, it's easy enough to
Holoth
get
on the way
to.
to
It's relatively easy to get to Gracklestug because think of it as a motorway going out the on the main road. There's signs everywhere to all the cities, but this is the back door to Embla. So you're gonna have to find your way around.
I'm gonna look at Neethi. Go on. Sorry.
Sorry, I was going to say, well, Gida know because she's got friends in Gracklestone and not
Gracklestug.
Gracklestug, whatever it's called. Yeah,
That's it.
she's got the weapon person there, hasn't she? That she knows.
I mean, yeah. You've met a few deep dwarves, and they're all twats, really. But the one that you do know seems to be okay. But the rest of them don't. They're just dodgy as fuck. You know, when you meet someone and they're just assholes.
So
When you very first met me, Peter.
Yeah.
is Holoth on the is Holoth on this back road? Because I thought that's what they said. What's the actual?
Holoth is, yeah, that's where we're heading to now. Is that like halfway to Gracklestone though, or like are we in the opposite direction?
Holoth is 8 days. Gracklestug's 28 days.
Well, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna turn to Neethi. I'm gonna say to her, when we had originally said that we were gonna meet you in Gracklestud, you told me you had a different way to get there that would be quicker.
What she did?
Yeah, she said she had her own way to getting places.
She says, "I'm as new as you are around here. I only know to use the main road. I've never been this way."
No, I thought she was going to talk about magic, because when I said that she want to come with us, she said, "Oh, don't worry, I've got my own way of getting places quickly."
All right. She says, "Yeah, about that. I kind of left the stuff that I needed in that tower that crashed."
Ah, okay. I'm going to pull the door off my back. I'm going to set it up against the palm tree. And I'm going to say to him, "Do you know of Holoth?"
It says, "That's where the dark elves live. The ones that set the trap."
I'm gonna look at Andrew. I'm like nod towards the door because the door knew your mentor, so you might be a bit more forthcoming with you. I mean, not that he's got anything against me, but he seems to give a bit more information readily over to Andrew like he did last time. See if you can get anything out of him, like where's the centre of Holoth? What do we need to be looking out for, etc., etc.
I'll walk over to the door, and I'll look at him, and I'll go, first I'll start with like, do you have a name?
He
Talking to the
thinks.
door.
Yeah, he thinks. And he's just kind of lost in thought.
I'll think about it and I'll go, can I call you Granddad?
Oh, I don't know what that is, but yes, I am Grandad.
And I'll smile and nod and go, you're everyone's granddad. And I'll say, Granddad, did Suri ever tell you about Holoth or Gracklstrud?
He says, Suri. Now there's a name I haven't heard for a long time.
We've got the one magical doll with fucking Alzheimer's.
She
That's why I've called him Granddad.
She told me many stories. I can't stop thinking about that. Holoth is where the dark elves are from. The ones that set the trap. I feel like I've said this before.
I'm looking at her. That's all right, Granddad. Just keep going. What else do you know about Holoth?
Holoth is a long way away.
I was expecting you Peter to go, that's where the dark elves are from. I just go in this loop.
I haven't got time for that.
Estelle's gonna be like, we're wasting our time. Are we moving out? We don't know where we're going yet, do we?
Patience, young one. Now you've got him going.
Oh.
I want to ask him, why did he want to come with us? Because obviously he said, when he opened, he said as long as we take him with us. Why did he want to come with us?
He says, it's very boring being a door.
What else can you do apart from go bigger and smaller? Can you do anything else?
Oh. I can tell you some joke.
Can you do anything that would help us?
I can help you pass the time.
Okay. And Grog's going to say, okay, I'm going to sling him back on my shoulder. And I'm just going to start asking him questions about Olive as we're walking. Or if Andal wants to walk behind me and talk to the door.
I will do. I'll pick up the sanctuary ball, and I've got to roll something for it as well, I believe. Where is it? 5, 1d6 plus 2. Hang on.
Why did Grandpa put wheels on his wheelchair?
Why did he
And
do
his
that?
Stifles a giggle. Because he wanted to rock and roll. Oh.
Granddad jokes for days.
Andrew will politely chuckle. That's a great one, Granddad. But what about Holoth? Do you know any jokes about Holoth or anything about it, like trying to steer the conversation?
He says, I remember Suri talking about Holoth.
Go
Do
for
you
it.
not like my jokes?
Oh, I do. I do. But I haven't heard any stories about Suri, and you have so many.
He says, I only know the ones she told me.
Well, I'd love to hear them.
But first... And he starts snoring.
Oh.
It's the collective groan.
I'll look back. I'll turn to Grog and I'll say, "Grandpa's having a long rest again."
Of course he is.
Are you walking?
Yeah.
Hang on a second. Estelle's going to be like, where are we walking to, guys? Are we
Holoth.
going...
I'll pull
Is
out
Holoth
the
a long way to get there, or are we going to Glibovich, whatever it's called?
Glibovich. Not even close.
Crack
I like Slivovich, actually, but...
Grexter.
Well,
Great.
on these things, you know the time things, Holoth's 8 days away. Grackle's whatever is 28 days
Grackle's
away.
flop. Yeah.
But then from Holoth to Grackle, it's only 20 days, so I presume that Holoth's on the way then. So we'll go Holoth first, and then
Or
Grackle.
Holoth is 8 days that way, and Gracklestug's 28 days that way.
The other way.
Well, then how is Holoth and Gracklestrood 20 days away from each other?
Well, I don't know, because nobody even tried to draw a map. Not even little squares and circles.
Well, that's,
So that's
shitty Wizards of the
relevant.
Coast.
No,
I
you lot.
like your logic there, Meg. I
So-
go with Meg's logic.
So basically, if we left through the front gate, it'd have been quicker to get to Holoth, but because we've gone through the back way, Gracklestugh could inevitably be closer in some fucked up way, knowing the Underdark.
Mhm.
You don't ever know. No one knows. It's got to be a punt.
But if everything is signposted, as you just...
Only
you
on the
just
main
said
road.
Signpost, didn't you?
Did
Oh.
that guy say this back way would lead to Holoth though?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll just carry on
I'll-
the road,
There's,
yeah?
there's not many twists and turns where you are right now. It's pretty much like a straight line.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
going to go
right.
past Holoth to get to
Oh.
Gracklesteg. So...
I'll
You
stop
would you would go in the front way, but that's where it's signposted. Is on the front way on the main road. This is a back road where I don't think it's going to be signposted as of yet.
We can't get lost.
Yeah, so
Nope.
we say. I'll stop the group and I'll pull out the book from that I found in the Fox's library and I'll say, look, my teacher left me this book. I don't know how long it's been in Embla. I don't know when she came through here, but all I need to know is that I need to go to Gracklestone and find Thalbrek. And I have to do that before I go to Holoth. So, and she'll bow and I'll go, I'm asking this party politely, can we go to Gracklestrood first?
Grog's gonna look at Andal with a very caring look, and he's just gonna go, okay, just give me 10 minutes.
What's he gonna do now?
I'd like to do speak with animals and find the nearest Underdark animal that I can commune with. Something that looks like it's a travelling animal.
Something that looks like it's a travelling animal.
Yeah.
Have you got speak with animals?
Yep, it's a ritual spell again as a totem warrior.
Okay. Let's see what we've got. In the meantime, feel free to.
I'll turn to Blaze, Gita, and Estelle, and I'll go, well, how are you all feeling? I mean, it's not easy to see that, and I'll point in the direction of what I can only imagine are plumes of smoke coming through, and you know, we're a fair distance from the city now, I imagine, so we can see all the shit kicking off.
Yes,
Gita-
you can hear it more than anything, but you can also see the glow coming from that direction.
Gita's gonna say, I hope most people got out okay. But it doesn't feel good leaving everyone to the fates.
Yeah, Blaze will say,
And your shop.
you shop.
And your shop and your apprentice.
Oh yeah. And my shop. It's all gonna be melted down, all my beautiful weapons melted down to blobs of metal. My poor apprentice. Such a bright future ahead of him.
You had an apprentice? What was he like?
Young and foolish. But he was learning quick. He was a quick learner.
Grog,
Mm-hmm.
as you search around for an animal, you spot what you can only assume is the Underdark version of a badger.
Okay.
As you get near it, it is considerably bigger than a badger. It's more the size of a pony, and it
Cool.
bares its fangs at you.
Yeah, that's fine. But with the speak
Yeah.
animals, I'm going to let it know that I don't mean it any harm, and I'm going to take a little bit of ration, like meat, like dried meat, out my backpack. I'm going to toss it to it and go, there you go, little fella.
It looks at it, and then looks back at you and hisses.
I click my fingers and I go to handle mushroom. Give me a mushroom. A very tasty mushroom.
Okay. And I'll pull off some mushrooms that I've kept, some dried shrooms that I've kept from the forest, and I'll chuck them at Grog.
And I'll show the badger that I'm going to take a nibble of it, and then I'll put it on the floor in front of that so it knows. Because I can't commune with it. I'm trying to show it that I'm not going to harm it.
It looks at this. It looks at this mushroom, and then it kind of glances around at all the other mushrooms in here.
I'll say
And
to it, that one's a very tasty mushroom.
As he's grumbling, he just stops and looks at you, and says, "You speak badger?"
Yes, obviously.
Oh, pleasure to meet you. I'm sorry for hissing at you.
It happens. I'm Grog, by the way.
And I'm Dabbage.
What
Do-
a lovely
do
name,
you-
Dabbage.
Do you want to hear something that I wrote?
Go on then.
You're gonna love this. Clears his throat. He says, "Only leaves of cabbage would the badger dabbage
Ha ha!
consume without complaint. Only a fool or savage thinks this is an adage, 'cause wisdom this poem ain't."
Grog's going to slap his knee and laugh because he actually likes rhyming.
Oh wow, you get badger humor. Love it.
I'm going to say to him, listen, we're in a bit of a pickle, my friends and I. We need to know the fastest way to... and I'm going to start clicking. Hang on. Yeah. We need to know the fastest way... Bloody hell, I got... To
Grapplestone.
Gracklestud.
Grackle.
Whatever.
Grackle what?
Gracklestud. Gracklestud.
Grackle what?
Ah.
Racklespeck.
Gracklestud.
Strude.
Gracklestud.
Oh, Grackle Stoog. Oh, tourists.
Can you tell us the quickest way?
The quickest way for me or for you?
For a big guy like myself.
You're gonna have to go past the lake, and it kind of throws its head behind him.
Is
you know,
it safe?
Well, there's a really grumpy gnome there.
Is the gnome friends with you?
The gnome is friends with no one. Unless
you mean gnome one?
Huh? He looks at you like, yes, that's what I said. No one.
Yeah. God. I said gnome one. Gnome. Like gnome? No. Okay.
I don't get it. So, yeah.
You don't get it or the badger doesn't get it?
The badger doesn't get it. I get it.
Okay.
Yeah, you need to pay him, or he'll basically kill you.
Okay. Could you show us the way, please, Dabbage?
He's like, the only way.
I know, but I
Is that
want to hear
way?
some more of your rhyming while you take us.
Oh, well, I got a good one for you. There once was a badger named Dabbage, who, Dabbage manage? And he's gone. He's thinking about his poem.
Okay. As I walk past, I'll just give him a hearty pet on like the foreflanks, and I'll be like, "Thanks very much, Dabbage. You were fabbage."
Dabbage. That rhymes. There once was a badger named Dabbage, whose personality was Babbage. No.
We'll just walk on past them, and I'll just say to Andrew, "Come on, we'll go to Grachelstrug."
She picks up at that and turns to the dwarf, the gnome, and the human and go, as a favor, and she wild shapes into a warhorse
Oh.
and bends down and sort of the horse dresses as to say, get on, I'll carry you.
Estelle's met
says,
the warhorse
"Ride me."
before, and he likes the warhorse, so he's going to be like, oh! Like a little giggle and then scamper up.
Sagida's gonna be a bit offended by this, like, what, you think my little legs can't make it? And then she climbs up slowly, begrudgingly.
Very good over long distances, though.
Shadia, you can add a deep badger to your repertoire of animals you can turn into.
Yes.
Blaze is
Don't
gonna,
go into the sunlight, they'll burn.
Blaze is going to mount the horse from the side. Do you know, like when?
Side saddle.
Yeah. Do you know when like the Arabians do the shows?
All right.
Bit of horses running, just so his trench coat looks really cool again. As he's hanging off the side of the horse.
Bit of a poser.
He's a bit of a
Looks
poser.
like it.
The horse gets up and goes, and then starts to walk towards Grog, and like nips him just gently, and then as to say, "Come on."
Grog's gonna look at the little horse forward, just be like, "It's okay. You know we can keep up."
And there's
Because I want to start talking to Neethi more about what she was telling me about the Jarl, even though the Jarl wasn't actually in my act. So I want to know her story now.
Okay. I'm gonna have to paraphrase it quite quickly because we don't want to spend the whole night
Yeah.
chatting. So I'll send you the highlights of the
Okay.
conversation.
Okay, Dr. Jones.
You continue walking through It's fairly empty in here. I mean, there's the odd mushroom here and there and chittering sound from somewhere above, but it mainly passes without incident. But slowly, in your nostrils, you begin to smell like an acrid, like an acidic smell in the air as the cavern begins to open up.
ominous humming, children's humming comes through.
Sorry.
He's having a good time. Andrew horse will just sort of go, like flare the nostrils and go.
You approach what seems to be some kind of white lake. You can see it reasonably clearly from the twinkling light coming from somewhere above. And in the middle of the lake is like it's huge, and it's just like an island in the middle of the lake, and it just it juts out from the water, if you can call it that. and it's like a chimney, basically, like a chimney made of rock. And
Would
there's a little hut at the you see in the distance, at the edge of the water.
Would Estelle know anything about the kind of water and the smell? Being a well-travelled Underdark person.
Roll me a D100. 50 plus says yes.
Here comes a 2. Huh. There you go. No, then.
Refugee.
You've never really gone this way. You used to stick to the main roads because they were quote unquote safe.
Best place for hunting beasts.
Things have changed. It was easier to get around, so you've never really been around here. Are you approaching or are you running away like little sissies?
No, we'll approach.
Yes.
Cautiously investigate.
You approach and the little hut appears to be abandoned, although there's a little campfire burning outside, and you spot a couple of rowboats. And
Are they looking good, Nick?
an ever so faint voice.
Estelle's going to take one look at it and go, look, this is a trap if ever I saw one.
What's the voice say?
He appears to be like talking or humming or a combination of the two.
So not to start them, we'll let them know that we're here.
You doing what,
Like-
sorry?
Let them know that we're here, so we don't start them.
Hold on a sec, let me sort your tokens out.
I was going to look at Grog and go, well, you've got the telescope eyes. What can you see?
Yeah, Grog, what do you roll van eyes see?
You see a very bright-looking gnome at the edge of the water, looking into the water and just muttering and chattering. As you make a sound, like an obvious sound, he doesn't seem to stop.
All we can see is black.
You're right. You only can see is black.
Yeah.
Oh. Figure.
You got dark vision.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fine. Hold on.
I can see in greys.
I've got 120 feet
Oh.
of dark vision.
Oh, so is he not on the water then? He's on
He's
the
on the
edge.
edge. He's on the edge of the water, near a little jetty.
Okay, I'll walk over to him.
Was he not on an island? I thought he was on the island.
No, the island is
Ah.
in the middle of the lake in the distance.
Uh,
As you get close to this lake, the smell is just almost overpowering. It's just so strong and acrid.
Ah, fishes I see.
He stops what he was saying and he says, "Oh, there's no fish in this sea."
Well,
And as you look closer, you notice that the water is like a milky milk consistency and color. And before you stands a little gnome who doesn't appear to have any pigment on his skin. His hair is white, his skin's white, his eyes are red. He's what you might call in the real world an albino.
so,
He says-
what's in the lake then?
He says, "Well, first of all, a pleasure to meet you."
And you.
He's wearing quite a lot of jewelry, and I mean like really
shiny.
really shiny jewelry, and in his hand is holding a mirror, which it appears to have been talking into.
I'm gonna say to you, I like your jewelry. I've got some too. I'm gonna show me necklace with all my trinkets on.
His eyes glint as he sees your necklace with trinkets, and he says, "What's that made of? Is it ivory? What is that? It's not gold. It's definitely not gold. Is it gold?
No.
No, it's not gold."
So we have dwarf hair and my leather necklace. We have some giant centipede pincers. We have a broken flute from my dead friend. We have a holy symbol from my other dead friend. We have. I'm just going to reel off everything that's on it. I'm going to be like,
As you
just,
as you reel it off, his enthusiasm wanes more and more.
No gems.
No gems. I'm going to say, but I do have this, and I've got the half of spider pendant that's on there. That was gold that was left. I'm going to chuck him that, and I'm going to say, I think that would look prettier on you than me, because it's gold.
Are
So
you-
like, it's the only thing shiny.
Are you chucking it on the floor or are you handing it to him?
I'll give it to him.
Okay. He takes it and he kind of bites it between his teeth and he like tinks it and goes tink tink and he listens really close and he says, good quality gold. Is this for me?
Yeah, take it. It'd suit you more than it'll suit me.
Ah. And he puts it around his neck. And it clinks with the rest of his jewelry, of which there is a lot. And he just kind of like shows it off like, does it look good? And he's looking in the mirror, checking.
It looks 100 times better on you than it did me, my friend. What's your name?
My name is... I'm not pausing for effect, I'm reading it. It is... Are we ready for this?
Unpronounceable.
I'm
Go
not
on.
ready for this.
Go on.
My name is Vaitwal Hoikarme,
Right, well.
the
nice to meet you.
Magnificent.
Well, you look
Um,
magnificent.
And this is my lake. And he points like he puts his hands out. And he says,
lake.
this is Lake Vitalohikarme. What
What an
brings you to my
interesting
lake?
colour.
We're trying to find our way to... and I'm going to look at the rest of the party. The name of the place.
And before anybody can speak, he says, Gracklestug?
That's the place.
Well, Grog, let me tell you. It's across the lake.
Okay. And how do we get across the lake?
With these fine bolts, unless you've brought your own?
No, we don't have any boat.
Oh, that's a shame. I'm afraid those are going to cost you extra. I mean, you've almost paid for the crossing.
Okay. How much more do we need to give you?
Ooh. Got any platinum? And he licks his lips as he says platinum.
I don't think so. But I'll look at the rest of the group.
The horse just shakes its head and goes, as to say, like, no.
Gita will pat her pockets and be shaking
says-
her head as well.
He says, "Oh, I didn't think Andrel would have any. Her
What's in
kind doesn't
Andrel's
really
name?
like metal."
The horse will
Um,
turn and stare at him. Because I never gave my name.
He smiles at you, and he appears to have jagged teeth.
Whilst these guys are talking to him, Blaze and I appear to be checking out his abode.
Okay.
We've kind of snuck into the house
There's
and
nothing
looking
in there.
around.
Nothing.
Nothing
I'll-
at all.
What's the point in
That's
being a
us.
bloody rogue around this place?
Oh,
Because it's not his house, is it? Is there no buttons?
I will. I'm buttons. I'm going to I'm going to reverse my wild shape, and I'm going to take a close look at this fellow, and I'm going to say, does he remind me of a certain goblin merchant?
No. This can't possibly be Ziggy.
And I'll look at him and I'll go, how do you know my name?
He says, "I know all your names." And
How?
he points at Gida and he says, "You're the Gida, and you that's poking around in my hut is Blaze, and the other little short fella is Estel. And I am Vaitualo Hakime.
Looks like the only person's name you don't know is your own.
No, he actually knows his name. I can't pronounce his name. It's fucking ridiculous.
And Blaze gets a hell dropped on him.
Does you know Neethi?
Oh, Neethi, I forgot about her. I need to drag her in. Hold on. And he points at Neethi and says, "And the shaman there is Neethi."
Well,
How do you know our names?
I know lots of things. I know that you might have something of interest.
we?
Who?
Which
And
one of us?
He smiles like. Can I?
Who's he smiling at?
Can I have an insight from everyone except Estelle, who's wandered off to the edge of the lake? What is Estelle doing anyway?
Just checking out the lake, seeing what the flora is doing around it, if it's living or dying, and just generally scoping out good and evil from the place.
Okay, you can. You're focusing on this, so you can hear like a very loud dripping sound coming from all over the cavern, and it would appear that somewhere up above, at the top of the cavern, there is water seeping through and dripping into this lake. The lake isn't dead and it's not alive. I mean, there's nothing. There doesn't appear to be any fish in it because you can't really see it because it is milky white.
Is it going to be like that lake from Harry Potter? I hope not.
What were we saying to the others? I can't remember now.
You were asking for a check.
Oh, insight check from the other four.
Yeah.
I got 22.
I got
Is he
18.
looking at anyone in particular? I got 13.
Grog and Androl has. You've noticed that he appears to be toying with you, or he's testing you, or something like that. Blaze is in a world of his own.
Disappointed.
Staring
about
at the
no
fire,
trinkets.
looking cool.
Do we get the indication of what he's trying to toy with us for?
It's like he's trying to drag something out of you, like some information or something, and is not willing to help you get there with his help. He says, "Anyway, if you want to cross the lake, you're gonna have to pay. Sorry." And he smiles. He smiles his jagged teeth grin.
Is he actually a gnome? Like, do we know? Like, we've met many a gnome. Like, we know Estelle. We've seen gnomes in Embler. Are we entirely sure he is a gnome?
Oh, he's wearing a little hat as well. I forgot. I mean, he's an albino, so have you ever seen an albino before of any race?
No, but
It's kind of hard to tell.
It's... Is he a vampire?
As you, Andrel especially, as you're trying to, like, you're looking at him, you tilt your head one way, you tilt your head the other, and he seems to be enjoying you trying to guess.
I'll narrow my eyes and I go, "You're testing us. You're just playing with us, aren't you?"
Look, I'm bored, okay? And he points everyone and says, "I live here by myself. I have to pass the time somehow, don't I? So anyway, are you going to pay? Do you have anything nice for me?"
I could give you a friend.
Not interested in your little thing. That thing's gonna eat you, when it grows up.
I don't mean that. And I'm going to pull the talking door off my back.
No.
Well, you're gonna
Andrew, but-
clang it to the floor.
Now I'm going to take, like, what about the talking door?
Can I check it?
I mean, he's asleep right now. I'd probably say don't disturb him.
Well, if I can't inspect the merchandise, then I'm not interested.
Okay, I know what. I've got that ring of indomitable will. That one that you can't put on, that we bought off. What was it?
Is it gay? Is it gay?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a ring that I couldn't put on. If you remember.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say to him, or I'm gonna fish, and I'm gonna go, oh, I've got this ring.
Was it not like Ring of Resistance or something like that?
Something mad like that, yeah. I'm gonna say, the only other thing I've got is this.
He goes to touch it, and he goes, "Ooh, oh no, I don't want that."
I'll pull off my amulet of oh God, what was it? What was it?
Wasn't it an amulet of attunement that took a space in
Yeah.
order to attune? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll pull off my amulet of attunement and go, what about this fine shiny thing?
Can you roll me
No.
deception? Can both Grog and Angel roll me deception because you're trying to fuck him over?
I'm
not
not. I'm
trying
just
to
trying
fuck
to
him
give him
over.
gold. I don't want it for the
Nah.
magical
I'm
properties.
giving him I paid a
I'm
good
the
amount of
DM.
money for this. I
Yeah,
know I've not lied about the value. I've not said I've not lied at all.
To be fair, I'm only trying to give him it for the gold value because he's just took the gold emblem off me. I'm not actually trying to fuck him over. I'm trying to give him something gold because he wants a platinum.
Let's have your deception skill.
Okay.
He looks at Andrel and Grog and he says, "You're trying to con me."
No, it's a ring of resistance. I'll be straight up with them. It's a ring of resistance that you can't put on, but it's it's still a bit fair hunk of gold.
He says, "Look, I am a busy person and I need to get going, so I don't have time to chatter."
Well, while this is going on, can Blaze attempt to pick his pocket?
Can I give you a bit of guidance for that as well? And
You fuckers have
maybe
been chatting to each other.
Oh, go on, I'll let
I
you.
haven't. And
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, I'll kind of like
You're
distract
gonna
him.
shout a spell out behind this guy. Definitely not going to get his attention while Blaze is trying to pick his pockets. 100%.
Roll a net
I
20.
give you guidance. What? Hey, what are you doing?
Guidance! I
I'll
cost
be like,
friends.
how much are these? How much are the boats then? Because Gida
What?
didn't quite realise he were messing with him, so she's like thinking he means a monetary value. So she's gonna like distract him by pointing to the boats and saying like, how much?
Then you're going to
are
have to give
these
me a
boats?
deception if you're trying to distract him. No, sleight of hand. Even better.
It don't matter to me. I'm bullshit. It's bullshit.
And at the same time,
But I am interested, so it's not.
let's
all slight.
let's see if Blaze gets advantage or disadvantage.
Fuck.
Roll your sleight of hand, Blaze, with disadvantage.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
As he says, "You're trying to trick me as well. You're all con artists."
You were
I'm
trying
gone.
to con us first.
No, hang on now.
Oh,
I
double
did.
Alright, 20 will
12s.
do.
Like it.
That's a nat 20. That's not a nat 20.
Not
It's a
that 20.
dirty
It's
20.
a dirty 20.
20.
Hang on now. We're not trying to con you. I did just give you gold before I asked for anything.
You, Blaze, ever so slightly as you're acting all nonchalant, and he's distracted by everyone, are able to extract an amulet from his pocket.
Just an amulet.
What? Oh, sorry.
Just
go
an amulet. Are you going to stand there and go, can someone identify this for me, please?
on.
Has anyone got the identify spell?
How
Look,
about-
this
Put
this
it
thing
back.
here.
How about this thing for a crossing on your fine boat?
No.
Go on, what were we saying?
It's, whilst they're doing this, Estelle wants to ask about the lake because he's never seen a white lake before. So he'd be like, "This is a beautiful lake you have."
He says, "This is my lake. Look, if you want to cross it, you're going to have to pay me. Otherwise, you're going to have to leave."
Can we not
What
go
else
around
do you
it to
want?
the lake?
Well, so far, you, and he points at Grog, has tried to pass off a cursed item at me, and you, points at Andrel, has tried to pass off some useless fucking magical trinket, probably sold to you by... Ah, you've met Ziggy. You
Friend of yours.
idiots! You idiots! And he just starts laughing heartily. You for it! Oh my god, that pet! Did he sell you that pet? Oh, you fucking morons!
What's wrong with Bill?
He's going to eat you in about a month.
I'm gonna look
Just
at Bill
in
and
time for goulash.
give him a stroke and be like, "You wouldn't do that, Bill, would you?"
He growls. He growls at the albino gnome.
See?
I just imagine he growls like that dog.
The albino
Just
gnome
us out.
growls back a gurgling growl, and
Hey, now
little Bill like kind of cowers.
I'll pick Bill up and just give him a pet. Like, leave him alone. He's only little.
He says, "Right, I'm out of patience.
I've asked you 3 times. What else do you want for us to cross the lake?
Something that you didn't buy from Ziggy the rat catcher. Idiots."
I'll rummage around my pocket and go, well, what about this? And as I pull it out, I just flip him the finger.
I'll click my fingers and I'll go, I've got something for you. We've got 2 sets of dimension shackles. I'll pull one of them out and I'll go, what about these? You don't see these every day.
Oh.
Both pairs.
No, just one pair. He said we'd nearly paid for the cross from 1 pair of dimension shackles. Should pay the fucking top there.
Okay, so as Andrel flips him the bird, his hand comes up really fast, but then as you pull the shackles out, he stops and he's like, "I'm willing to overlook your little insolence, Andrel. Now let me see that."
Okay, I'll walk over and pass him them.
He turns them over, taps them, looks at them closely, sniffs them, licks it. He says, Okay, this pays for your passage.
For all of us.
For all of you. Doesn't pay for the boats, but it pays for the passage.
Oh. Angel sighs.
How are we supposed to get across if we haven't paid for the boat? But we've paid for the passage.
You could, and he gives this another grin as like more rows of teeth appear, sharper and sharper, and he says, "You could swim?" And does a manic cackle and then just kind of stops himself and
Are all of these boats yours?
Yes. They're property of Vaitualo Haki Kame.
Can I have a look at the boats? Do they appear to be of the same make, of different ages? Do they have any defining markings on it? Like, do they have different names? Like,
There's no names of them. One of them has a hole in it, but the other 2 seem sturdy enough. One of them could probably just about take Grog on his own. You're gonna need 2 for sure.
Can I cast detect magic on just around me, but mainly on the boat?
Yeah.
But anything.
As you begin to cast a spell, he looks at you and his eyes light red, and he counterspells you.
What?
And he says, this is your last chance to stop fucking with me.
I'll turn to him and go,
I
God.
want
His
to
eyes
go.
like red.
I want to go out on a limb here, Peter. I'm gonna look at him. I'm gonna go. You a dragon by any chance?
He looks at you and he says, "Bingo!" As he pulls his hat off and he stretches his arms out as scales form, white, completely pearly white scales form as he just grows and grows. It looks like he's never going to stop growing his size as a full-size fucking dragon
Yep.
stands before you.
Of course it does.
If anyone wants to know how I got to that conclusion, his name in Dungeons and Dragons, dragons usually have big fuck off complicated names. That was my first clue. Then the rows upon rows of razor sharp teeth, and then the fact that he smelt and was licking magical items, because dragons are very sensitive towards magical items. And
Couldn't
then the
make
last
it any
one was,
more obvious.
yeah, and then the last one was the fact that you've just tried to do with detect magic, and he's just fucking being furious at it because he's obviously sealing the fact he's a dragon. It took me longer than I care to admit to click onto it, Peter, but I was like, this is a fucking dragon, isn't it?
He stands up in front of you. This thing, its scales ripple. The thing is completely white. As he says, "Now you see why they call me magnificent." And he looks really proud of himself, if a dragon can do that. And he
Andrew-
says, "Now, pay up, or I will rip you apart."
Well, listen, I've give you shackles, I've give you gold, I've been nothing but nice to you. Come on now. And I'm
So
actually gonna, because I'm
is
a
that-
barbarian, a Goliath, I'm used to seeing white dragons in the mountains on the upper world. And I'm like, from one warrior to another type, I'm gonna actually say, that is fairly fucking impressive. I've seen my fair few white dragons in my time, but I've never seen one quite so big and quite so white as you. What a magnificent creature you truly are.
You think you can soothe me with your words, Goliath? You people are savages. Is that your final answer then? You're not giving him anything else?
Estelle's going to be like, you obviously know us well and what we have. Why don't you tell us what you want?
He looks at Andrel and says, "That was a neat trick with the little forest down here."
Andrew looks at him and goes, pick something else. Surely there's got to be something else you want. That's our lifeline down here. Surely you can appreciate that.
He says, "Surely you can appreciate that a forest down here on demand is quite something."
Well, that might be true. There must be something else in one of these cities in the Underdark that you'd value more than this. How about we strike a deal? You let us use the boat and pass unharmed, and I'll retrieve you something that you want. We need to go to Hollith as well. I'm sure the Drow have something that you'd like.
I don't care one dragon shit for the Drow.
No, but I'm sure they've got plenty of magical items that are well better than that.
I never
We
thought of
don't care
that.
for
Give
the
me
draw either.
persuasion.
Mm-mm-mm.
I need to find a way to stop that.
I mean, I'm not trying to
fine.
persuade them of anything. No, am I? I'm telling the truth. The Drow will have a lot of magical items in there.
Is that your 3?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Even before that roll, I'm not trying to persuade them of anything. I'm just trying to say to them there is going to be a shitload of magical items. I'll bring you them back.
He says, "Do you realize I can eat you and shit out all the gold that you're carrying?
Yeah, you probably could.
Well then, let's." And before he can finish speaking, Nithhi steps forward and she says, wait, I have something. She looks quite upset about this. And she reaches into her pack and pulls out what appears to be like a stick, except it's glowing red. And she says, I have this. You can have this if you just let us pass and stop bothering us." And the dragon takes one look at it and kind of sniffs it. And he says, "You hid this from me. I'm impressed. as she drops it in front of him as he scoops it up with his huge fucking foot, paw, hand, who knows. And he says, "Take the bolts and be gone," as he stares at this stick.
Thanks, I guess. I'm gonna get in the boat. I'm gonna say to Nithy, what was that?
She says, "Not now."
Okay. Let's just get in the boat and go.
Yep.
Is everybody hopping in the boats?
Yep.
Yep.
Um,
Not hanging about with a white dragon.
Nithy says, "Roll fast. Roll fast."
Okay. I am rowing fast.
Okay. You get in the boats, and you begin rowing as the dragon continues to stare at this stick that's glowing. And Nithy looks at you and she says, "We need to go fast because something might come up soon."
Do you
Right
mean
faster.
come up? Yep, I will. I am going to flex my muscles and row like my life depends on it, because it probably does.
She keeps looking past you. As you pass the midpoint on the lake, you're passing like this island thing, and you see it's got like a cave entrance that glows bright. But obviously that's not your destination.
Dragon
Do you
Horde.
continue? Do you continue or do you stop?
Continue.
Continue. I'll make a mental note of it.
Okay.
Did you want us to fight a white dragon tonight, Peter?
Yes.
We'd have all died.
Is that what you want, Peter? Do you want death?
I want. And as you reach the edge of the lake at the other side, and by the way, like your oars have almost like there's not much left of them as you dip them in and out of this water. They're getting like chewed away, and you look down at the bottom of the boat, and you can see this milky white substance starting to seep through as it eats away at the bolts. And from the other end of the lake, you just hear an almighty roar. And the word trickster reverberating across the cave. And we're going to end the session there.
Run.
Oh,
what was
no.
what was it that Niffy gave him?
Does that mean that something worse is to come? That's going to need a whole session.